It's 7 a.m. Ahead, a fire in Rock County leaves thousands of dollars in damage, plus a vigil held for 2 Wisconsin children. Your top stories are coming up.
And we're looking at very nice weather over the next couple of days. I'll have the full forecast coming up.
And later we take a look at how time is being tracked by the government to keep our clocks accurate. Good morning and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. I'm Kyle Pazorski. We begin with some of our top stories this hour. A Saturday morning structure fire in Rock County caused significant damage to a farming shed. It happened in the town of La Prairie, just outside of Janesville. Rock County Sheriff's deputies and local fire personnel responded to a fire alongside East US Highway 14. They found a semi-tractor in the building was engulfed in flames. No one was injured, but there was significant damage to the building and large equipment estimated to amount to $600,000. A vigil was held in Wisconsin Dells last night in support of Elijah Vu and James Jablonski's families. The boys are both shown here. Vu, age 3, has been missing since February 20th, disappearing from a home in Two Rivers. Jablonski, a 13-year-old, went missing from his family's Sauk County home on June 12th of last year. Both their disappearances have left investigators struggling for answers. If you have any information on their whereabouts, you are urged to contact your local authorities. Time now for our first live look outside this morning. Nice sunrise. Take a look at the State Capitol building in downtown Madison. First warned meteorologist Jacob Montesano is in with what you need to know on this Sunday. Good morning, Jacob. How are you doing?
Good morning, Kyle. Doing pretty well, and the forecast is also looking very nice for the next couple of days. Now, right now it is a bit chilly, 27 degrees with clear skies, but the winds are not nearly as bad as yesterday, and the winds aren't going to be that bad at all during the afternoon. So here's a look at the current temperatures, mostly in the 20s, but near La Crosse up to the north, 14 degrees in Camp Douglas, so there are a few locations in the teens. This is one of the colder mornings we've seen in the last couple of weeks, but this will also be one of the colder mornings we see throughout this week going forward. So it is going to warm up, but as I mentioned, the best news is that the winds are looking pretty calm. So here's a look at your forecast for today. Plenty of sunshine. Highs will be in the middle to upper 40s for La Crosse. Winds are not going to be really a factor at all. Might be a little breezy, very little in Madison with winds up to 10 miles per hour, but still going to see plenty of sunshine and highs in the middle 40s. But I'll talk more in detail about even warmer temperatures tomorrow coming up a little bit later.
Jacob will check back in just a bit. We have new information this morning on a deadly central Wisconsin crash which killed 9 people. We've learned that a family from Virginia is rushing to Wisconsin to be by the side of a 2-year-old boy who is the sole survivor. Authorities believe a semi was traveling east on State Highway 95 in Clark County when it collided with a van at an intersection. This happened near the township of Dewhurst, which is about 50 miles southeast of Eau Claire. The ex-wife of the person who was driving the van spoke with WTMJ-TV yesterday, telling them the man often offers trips to Amish people. The Sheriff's Office and Wisconsin State Patrol are now investigating. Some local news. On Saturday, the Madison Metropolitan Chapter of Lynx Incorporated held their 11th annual Scholarship and Community Recognition Jazz Brunch. It was held at the Doubletree by Hilton Hotel over on the east side. The event is the primary fundraiser that recognizes over 1,200 students every year and has allowed more than $260,000 in scholarships to be awarded to students in recognition of their program.
It's so important when you plant seeds into young people. That's what the Lynx is doing, planting seeds and believing in young people, and it is so important.
The theme for this year was Spring Fling Carnival, and it featured brunch, live jazz music performed by Windy Indy, and an opportunity for networking while investing in the future of youth. If you are looking for the One Barrel Brewing Company, you won't find it, at least not on Atwood Avenue in Madison anymore. In its place is the Wedge Bar, a beer and cheese tavern which celebrates its grand opening on Saturday. It's owned by longtime local chef Jacob Gaetti. He tells us he opened the shop to showcase what Wisconsin has to offer, as well as to feature retro and craft beers.
Wisconsin cheese and Wisconsin beer, and just hang out with your family, your friends, and really just relax and let us take care of you.
Jacob went on to tell us he's leveraged his roots working the past 20 years in Madison kitchens and says he's using that background to offer a wide selection of cheese plates and creative cheese sandwiches. Up north in the Cooley region, an arm wrestling tournament took place at the Boot Hill Pump. The tournament features head-to-head play with matches decided by the best of 5 rounds and follows a double elimination format. There are multiple divisions, each broken down into dominant hand and weight class. The event organizer expressed excitement about everyone showing up yesterday.
I'm just excited to have everybody here. It's one thing to put an event like this together. It's another thing to actually see the turnout and see the people showing up and seeing everybody ready to rock and roll, and that makes my world go round. So.
And good news for them, they had a great turnout with over 100 arm wrestlers who signed up to participate. And now we got a couple of things to look at to take part in today in Madison. It's the second day of Madison Teachers Activism Fairs. Yesterday they were on the east side. Today they are on the west at Elver Park from 3 to 5 p.m. Their goal is to gather union and community members to speak as one for area students. Also today, Madisonians can take part in a play, or take in a play rather, at Vilas Hall. Wine in the Wilderness is a play set in 1964 following an artist who meets a woman at a bar after her home was burned during a race riot. The play does contain mature content, but it's said that the show has an intimate and raw study of race, gender, and class. Availability for today is still good, but if you do miss out, there are more opportunities to watch it, with shows on the 14th through the 17th. Well, today is the day. Whether you love it or hate it, daylight savings time is back. And here's no surprise to many, the government is still trying to figure out what time it is. CBS's Scott McFarland explains.
In the Rockies, at a 206-acre federal government campus outside of Denver, they spend a lot of time studying the time.
That's the on-time tick.
Inside the lab at the National Institute of Standards and Technology, scientist Andrew Novick and the federal government's Time and Frequency Division are perfecting their atomic clock.
We deal in nanoseconds here. Those are billionths of seconds.
Who would care about that?
Something like your phone, GPS. GPS works by having atomic clocks on board satellites, sending signals to you and I and everywhere. And that's how you get your location.
Because no matter how large or how sharp they appear, clocks aren't perfect. And eventually they slip over time with consequences.
Yeah, imagine something like the stock market, right? You have hundreds of millions of transactions happening in a second. So you have to time tag those. Who bought it first?
There's so much slippage and imperfections in our measure of time. Every few years, the global community has to add a leap second to catch up. You just add a second to one day to keep everything aligned.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling.
It's pretty wild.
Government is frequently grappling with time. It was the government that created the time zones about 100 years ago to help trains and transit systems keep uniform time and prevent mishaps on the tracks. Here in Congress, they're even debating changing the time. A new proposal would make daylight saving time permanent and end the twice-a-year clock changing.
We like that extra hour. You got to remember, we're a rural state. Farmers love daylight savings and a lot of other things, too. Kids practicing baseball.
A similar proposal nearly passed into law in 2022. So Alabama's Tommy Tuberville is trying again, though there's been opposition from those worried about the impact of especially late morning darkness. You get a lot of calls about this.
Oh, yeah. It's the #1 issue. We're going to leave it daylight savings time.
Meanwhile, back in the federal lab in the mountains, they're still testing and measuring ways to better count those nanoseconds, trying to perfect all the time in the world. Scott McFarland, CBS News, Boulder, Colorado.
Time now is 7:08. Still ahead, we take a look at what's happening around the country, including today's Oscars ceremony. And let's take another live look outside this morning. Jacob will have his full forecast just ahead on Weekend Mornings.
At Denver Mattress, we're all about that sleep life. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus 4 years, no interest, no down payment, and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Enjoy a website-like layout and swipe through articles without returning to the home screen. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now.
Hi, it's Preston with Window World, your locally owned and nationally known window company located right here in Madison. Come see what our Window World family can do for your next remodel.
Your day is full of choices and experiences, so choose to make both of them great. We guarantee our in-home consultations are honest, friendly, and respectful of your time.
Visit windowworldmadison.com or
call us today.
For over 20 years, Top Hat has partnered with Cozy Heat to bring our customers fantastic fireplaces. Cozy Heat is a family-owned business offering a complete line of traditional and contemporary fireplaces with stylish accessories to complement any decor. Cozy prides itself on making the most realistic flame patterns and log sets. Adding a fireplace is one of the best ways to increase the value of your home. Come visit our friendly showrooms in Madison and Baraboo to see what Cozy Heat and Top Hat can do for you.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
You were always so dedicated. We worked hard to build up the shop, save for college and our retirement. But we got there thanks to our advisor and Vanguard. Now I see who all that hard work was for. It was always for you. Seeing you carry on our legacy, I'm so proud.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner, setting up the future for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
At no fault of their own during the cold, thousands of Wisconsin residents in your community make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. On March 13th, please join News 3 Now and support a day of warmth, benefiting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. 95 cents of every dollar donated is used to help those in crisis. Give the gift of warmth. For more information, visit kwwf.org/donate. A day of warmth, sponsored by Veridian Homes and Melio's Sandwiches.
At Denver Mattress, we're all about that sleep life. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Plus 4 years, no interest, no down payment, and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Hope everyone's having a good Sunday morning. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for this week. We're going to see mild temperatures through Wednesday, a little mild today, and then very mild for the next 3 days afterwards. We are going to see some rain Thursday, and that will cool things off for next weekend, but next weekend still looks to be around, if not still above average for this time of the year. So for today, plenty of sunshine. Highs will be in the middle to upper 40s, and we aren't going to see nearly as much wind as we saw yesterday. And as we take a look at the forecast for tomorrow, it is going to be just about perfect. Hard to get a forecast better than this for this time of the year, as we're going to see those high temperatures in the 60s for pretty much our entire area. Now here's a look at the precipitation and cloud cover forecast. As I mentioned, plenty of sunshine today. For the most part, we'll see complete sunshine tomorrow, maybe a few clouds in the afternoon and evening. A lot of cloud cover is expected Tuesday, but we still aren't expected to see rainfall. Maybe some light rain Tuesday night with more possible light rain on Wednesday, but we really aren't going to see a lot of precipitation during this time frame. Rain will likely move into our area late Wednesday night into early Thursday, and it looks like the heaviest will be in the far southern portion of the state. But even though that this model isn't showing rain in the central portion of the state, at this point I still expect to see some rain for you folks in La Crosse, even possibly up north towards Eau Claire, but the heaviest will stay in the southern portion of Wisconsin. Now let me talk about the temperatures. Over the last 2 weeks, we have been pretty much above average. In some cases, we've been so above average that it barely fits on this graphic. 35 degrees above average on March 3rd. Last couple of days have been a little closer to average. We're going to be well above it once again for the next 3 days. But take a look at the temperatures towards the end of the week. They're going to slowly cool back down, and we actually could see consecutive days below average, which would be the first time in over a month. Really, we've only had that one day where the temperature dropped 50 degrees where it was below average. Could see a few days below average towards the end of this week. So let me show you exactly why. Here's a look at the jet stream forecast. We are going to see the jet stream stay north of us the next couple days, bringing in the mild temperatures, but then it'll kind of be right through our area towards the end of the week, bringing in temperatures a little bit above average, but cooler than the next couple of days. And then towards the weekend and next week, the jet stream will dip to the south, and that will bring the cold air back into our area. And we could see those temperatures possibly only peaking in the 30s. Now here's a look at the full 10-day forecast. After Thursday and Friday's rain, we do have some small chances of precipitation for the weekend, but we still are expected to not see quite as much rain as we will on Thursday, but those temperatures are expected to fall. So after Wednesday, we'll have highs near 50 Thursday and Friday, 40s for the weekend, possibly lower 40s, if not upper 30s for that following Monday and Tuesday. So we will start to see a few days of colder temperatures. But until then, I would definitely encourage people to enjoy the weather the next couple of days because it is going to be very nice.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Now to some news from around the country. The state of Utah now has a new flag, which was officially flown for the first time yesterday in the state's capital city of Salt Lake City. Lawmakers approved it back in 2023, but opponents who preferred the previous flag, which was adopted 113 years ago, wanted it to put up to a public vote. During the ceremony, Governor Spencer Cox provided details on the symbolism of the new flag.
One of the things I fell in love with it is the story that it tells about the strength that goes on inside the beehive. It's not just our physical strength. It is our perseverance as a people. As I look to those mountains and realize the pioneers came through them, I'm reminded of their strength.
The old flag will continue to be flown with the new flag at the state capitol and other government-related functions. Tonight, Hollywood's film community will get together for the Oscars, and they must like Jimmy Kimmel. He's hosting them again. It's a notoriously tough job where you have to be funny without going too far. Elizabeth Wagemeister talks to the funny man about how he plans to do just that.
Jimmy, this is your 4th time
It is?
hosting the Oscars.
Why would I do this 4 times? It makes no sense. It's not even a good round number.
Jimmy Kimmel is back, ready to roast the stars.
I saw all your movies. Now it's my turn to make you sit in the theater for 3.5 hours. God help you if I know you. Like if you've been to my house, you're in trouble on Oscar night.
We caught up with Kimmel days before the show to hear his plans and see if anything is off limits.
George Santos.
Yeah, safe, but I think it would make him so happy if he was mentioned at the Oscars, and I'm not interested in making him happy.
The Hollywood strikes.
The strikes, yes, is something I will talk about, sure.
Ken being nominated, but not Barbie.
There'll be some version of that, yes.
Okay. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Not off limits, but probably played out.
Now, your wife is an executive producer. Does she put up some guardrails? Like, honey, maybe don't go there, don't say that.
Yes, my wife on occasion will say, like, is it worth it? And that's the best question you can ask me, because sometimes the answer is yes, it is worth it. The first time Donald Trump ever tries to stop someone from talking about him on television, and it's me.
Frequent Kimmel target, Donald Trump, not only is fair game for the Oscars, Kimmel told us he'd welcome Trump on his talk show.
There are a lot of questions I would like to ask him, and I would like to get actual answers. I think most of the interviews that he does don't require those.
If Trump does get on Kimmel, he'd do what for years Matt Damon could not.
I want to apologize to Matt Damon. We ran out of time for him.
That comedic feud between Damon and Kimmel also could be fodder for Sunday night.
He was in Oppenheimer. Everyone else was nominated except for him.
Is he scared of the wrath of Jimmy Kimmel?
It's one of the saddest things I've ever heard. He asked if he could come, and they told him, sorry, nominees only.
If Damon's like the rest of us, watching from home, he'll have to tune in an hour earlier at 7 p.m. Eastern, a new start time for a notoriously long show.
Does that mean we're still going to try to keep it within 3 hours?
The show will be starting an hour early and ending just as late as ever.
Elizabeth Wagmeister.
The Oscars will air tonight at 7 p.m. on ABC. Stick around. Up next, Jacob will have a quick check at today's weather. We'll be right back.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
I'm at Bob's with our trending Montana dining set.
And I'm live with the Ortegas, checking out a similar-looking set they bought at a national retailer. It's got the same farmhouse style with storage drawers.
But the Montana collection comes with your choice of 4 chairs and a storage bench, or 6 chairs, 2 finishes, and dining or counter height for just $9.99 every day.
Theirs cost more, and they charge you for options like that.
Good one, Dad.
When the looks you love go for less, there's only one thing to say.
Oh, my Bob!
Bob's Discount Furniture.
Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy 2, you get 2 free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy 2, Get 2 free sale is for a limited time.
That's a great deal. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Here's your parachute. Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters. Like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Talked to myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Hey, that's Mrs. Johnson, right? Great.
To see the possibilities all around you.
Almost 10. You gonna have a big birthday party?
Right, are you feeling okay?
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, you can earn your nursing degree without putting life on hold. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
News 3 Now compiles a quarterly report of our programming efforts to serve the educational and informational needs of children in the News 3 Now viewing area. These reports are part of our public inspection file, which is open to the public view during regular business hours. To view the report or contribute comments, contact the News 3 Now program director at 608-271-4321 or write to us at News 3 Now, 7025 Raymond Road, Madison, Wisconsin, 53719.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
With daylight savings now beginning, here's a look at the sunset times going a bit further. Yesterday I showed towards the end of March. Here's a look at the next couple of months. So today the sunset will be just before 7 p.m. By the time we get to April, it'll be just before 7:30, and then around 8 p.m. for May 1st, and then 8:30 p.m. on June 1st. And the sunset will go as late as 8:41 before it starts to come back. But here's, they say the days are getting longer. And if you consider it based on when the sunset is, then that is the truth. It'll definitely feel like spring with the sunset time and the temperatures. Now here's a look at the precipitation chances. Dry through Tuesday. Could see some light rain Tuesday night and Wednesday. Rain likely Thursday and into Thursday night, possibly into the day on Friday. But as we look towards the weekend, we do have some small chances of rain. That will continue for next week. However, looking at the 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook towards the middle of and end of the month, we could start to see drier conditions return.
Hackers continue to steal more money from Americans. Christine Lazar has that story and the latest jobs numbers in this Eye on Consumer report.
The job market remains strong, but there are signs of a possible slowdown. The Labor Department says the economy added a better than expected 275,000 jobs in February. But the big gains seen in December and January were revised down significantly, and the unemployment rate ticked up from 3.7 to 3.9%. The Biden administration wants a cap on credit card late fees. Under a new proposal, the fees could only be $8 a month. Banks that charge more would need to show why. The move is expected to face legal challenges in court. And the FBI says it received more than 880,000 reports of internet crime last year. In all, Americans lost $12.5 billion to cyber scams, a 22% increase from 2022. Losses from ransomware attacks saw the biggest jump, up 74% year over year. And those are some of the week's top consumer stories. I'm Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Looking overseas now, a letter written by the parents of deceased Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny has been shared on social media. In it, they thank supporters, saying in Russian, quote, "Thanks to everyone who empathizes with us, sympathizes with us, who feels the pain of loss with us. Many thanks, and a low bow to all of those who came and come to the ceremony, bringing flowers, write about Alexei, remember our son, and pray for him." Navalny passed away back in February in what many believe was a murder plot by Russian President Vladimir Putin. The U.S. has conducted another humanitarian airdrop into northern Gaza. That's according to U.S. Central Command. It comes as a number of civilians in Rafah were injured in an Israeli airstrike. Rob Kirkpatrick has the latest.
The United States airdropped more humanitarian aid into Gaza on Saturday, according to U.S. Central Command. The airdrop included more than 41,000 meals and 23,000 bottles of water. This comes after the UN warned that 4 out of every 5 households in Gaza do not have safe drinking water. On Friday, President Joe Biden called on Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to do more.
Does that show your level of frustration with him on humanitarian aid? Does he need to be doing more? Yes, he does.
The enclave's humanitarian crisis is worsening, due in part to Israel's severe restrictions on aid entering Gaza. According to the Palestinian Ministry of Health, at least 25 people have died of severe dehydration and malnutrition in Gaza.
Today we are facing a humanitarian catastrophe in Gaza.
This unfolding as an Israeli strike on a residential building in Rafah injured scores of people overnight on Saturday, according to the Palestinian news agency WAFA. Israel claimed it struck a Hamas target in the area, and President Biden casting doubt that a ceasefire deal can be reached before the holy month of Ramadan begins on Sunday evening.
Will there be a ceasefire by Ramadan? It's looking tough.
CIA Director Bill Burns was in Jordan on Friday, meeting with his Israeli counterpart to broker a ceasefire deal in return for hostages held by Hamas. But U.S. officials say negotiations have reached a standstill. I'm Rob Kirkpatrick reporting.
While the U.S. has dropped aid, Jordan is now doing the same in northern Gaza. Jordanian armed forces made 10 airdrops of humanitarian relief on Saturday. The country said the airdrops were carried out in cooperation with other countries, and that includes the U.S. Jordan said it has carried out 35 aid airdrops on Gaza since November 6th. There's more news ahead here on Weekend Mornings. Next, we're going to run through the morning's top headlines. Stick with us. We're right back.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC turn your design dreams into reality. With customized solutions and quality products, our passion and expertise will help turn your room into a dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
At no fault of their own during the cold, thousands of Wisconsin residents in your community make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. On March 13th, please join News 3 Now and support a day of warmth, benefiting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. 95 cents of every dollar donated is used to help those in crisis. Give the gift of warmth. For more information, visit kwwf.org/donate. A day of warmth, sponsored by Veridian Homes and Melio's Sandwiches.
When a crane collapsed during construction of a Major League sports stadium, 3 workers lost their lives. Their widows called us. When maintenance workers were permanently injured by an industrial accident at a public utilities power plant, the 7 injured workers called us. When a factory exploded, injuring dozens of workers, 18 victims, including all 3 families of men who lost their lives, called us. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, and Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner. That means your priorities are ours, too. Our retirement tools and advice can help you leave a legacy for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Fresh out of Papa Murphy's kitchen, the limited time triple pet pizza.
Actually, it's fresh out of my oven.
Dad, it's just an expression.
Giant, classic, and mini cup pepperoni? Now that is an expression.
Order the triple pep today.
Campaign 2024 is heating up in battleground Wisconsin, and News 3 Now is bringing you complete team coverage throughout this crucial election year. From the candidates to the issues that matter to you, the voters. Campaign 2024 on News 3 Now, moving forward.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
South Central Wisconsin, where people unite for a brighter future and businesses thrive. And the food, oh, the food. Resilient, unwavering, always moving forward. Now, here's the deal. We've got our fair share of challenges, but here's the kicker. We own up to them. We advocate for change. We celebrate the good and we fix the bad. No settling, no backing down. That's our commitment to you. News 3 Now, always moving forward.
Right now, dueling campaigns, Presidents Biden and Trump stumping in Georgia on Saturday ahead of the state's primary. What you need to know.
This is just an exciting opportunity.
Plus, Girl Scouts from around Wisconsin visiting the Capitol yesterday. Find out what they came away with in addition to a badge. That's all ahead here on Weekend Mornings. And again, welcome back. Good morning, I'm Kyle Pazorski. It is Sunday, March 10th. We start with this. Spring forward is officially here. U.S. clocks turn forward this morning at 2 a.m., giving an extra hour of sunlight while taking away an hour of sleep. If you don't like changing the time twice a year, then you're not alone. In March of 2022, the Senate passed the Sunshine Protection Act, which would have kept daylight saving time year-round, but it did not pass. And according to a study by the National Institutes of Health, Americans do experience health challenges with the time change, including strokes, heart attacks, accidents, and changes in mood. Jacob Madison is here. Jacob, do you have a change of mood today with the sun that we're going to be having?
I mean, I have no change of mood with the time change. I thought that's what you were going to ask. But with the sun, yes, I am very excited for the weather the next couple days. It's going to be very nice. Today won't be as mild as tomorrow or Tuesday, but it is still going to be more comfortable than yesterday. So right now we're seeing plenty of sunshine. Temperatures are a bit cold as we're seeing a current temperature of 27 degrees. If we take a look at the temperatures across our area, though, in the central portion of the state, there are a few locations in the teens, with much of our area in the 20s. So this is one of the colder mornings we've seen in quite a while. But this also will be one of the colder mornings we see this week, as temperatures aren't expected to be this cold. Now, as we look at the winds, this is the best news. Much of our area dealing with calm winds, nothing more than around 12 miles per hour in Monroe, and the rest of our area under 10 miles per hour. So looking at the forecast for today, we are expected to see plenty of sunshine. Highs will be in the middle to upper 40s, and especially for La Crosse, the winds are really not even going to be a factor, with a little bit windier conditions in Madison, but still fairly comfortable. Wind speeds will be up to around 10 miles per hour with more sunshine. And if we look at the forecast for our entire area, highs once again middle to upper 40s, plenty of sunshine. They are above average for this time of year, and less wind. Now, the temperatures will be even warmer for tomorrow and Tuesday and Wednesday. I'll talk more detail about that, though, coming up a little bit later.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Now on to some of our top stories this morning. The Madison community continues to mourn the loss of a beloved baker. Marvin Miller, the original founder of the Greenbush Bakery on Regent Street, died Friday night surrounded by his family. The business announced the news Saturday on its Facebook page. They recounted Marvin Miller, or Donut Man as he was often known, as having a warm greeting when offering a donut, saying, quote, "If you don't like it, then just throw it on the floor." The post adds, quote, "While we mourn his passing, we take comfort in the belief that he's now in a better place, making and selling donuts with even more of a heavenly touch." Up north in the Cooley region, Toma police were alerted to a threatening email sent to Toma High School staff on Saturday morning. This, according to a Facebook post by Toma police. The email allegedly contained threats of violence towards students and staff at the high school. The few people in the school at the time were evacuated. Police then searched the school and surrounding areas, finding nothing of concern. The origin of the email is currently under investigation, and the school is expected to have increased security tomorrow and the following days. If you have any information about this email, please contact Monroe County Dispatch at 608-269-8712. The 2024 campaign was in full swing in Georgia yesterday, with dueling events from President Biden and former President Donald Trump. It comes as President Biden releases a new ad and plans millions of dollars in media spending in the coming weeks. Bradley Blackburn has more.
Georgia is on the mind of the two men who want the White House in 2024. President Biden stumping in Atlanta Saturday.
And here tonight because you really want to do it again.
While former President Trump arrived in Rome, Georgia, to make his case in Marjorie Taylor Greene's home district.
The sun rises on a brand new day for Georgia and for America.
It was Trump's first rally since Nikki Haley dropped out of the GOP race. With Trump close to securing the Republican nomination, the general election campaign is essentially underway. And in a 2020 rematch, both candidates are on the offensive.
Crooked Joe, you're fired. Get out of here. You're fired. You're incompetent.
When he says he wants to be a dictator, I believe him.
President Biden is on a battleground push, visiting several swing states, including Wisconsin and Michigan next week.
Look, I'm not a young guy. That's no secret.
And his campaign released a new ad as part of a $30 million media blitz.
Donald Trump believes the job of the president is to take care of Donald Trump. I believe the job of the president is to fight for you, the American people.
The Trump campaign responded with their own ad. The Peach State pit stops will certainly be repeated. In 2020, President Biden defeated Trump in Georgia by fewer than 12,000 votes. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
In the fundraising race right now, President Biden has a substantially larger campaign war chest. Records from February show the Biden campaign and the DNC have roughly double the cash on hand compared to the Trump campaign and the RNC. Got some consumer news now. For the first time in a decade, there's been a decrease in U.S. consumer credit scores. The national average score dropped from 718 in July to 717 in October. The last time this happened was in 2013, when the average score fell 2 points to 690. Many economists say this 1-point dip isn't an economic red flag, but rather a sign that some U.S. households are feeling economic stress. Time right now is 7:36. Stick around. Coming up next, our Catherine Merck breaks down the sights and sounds from yesterday's Girl Scout Democracy Day. You're watching Weekend Mornings.
It's A1 Furniture's Truckload Mattress Blowout. Queen Luxury Firm Mattress only $299. Queen Euro Top $399. Queen Jumbo Plush or Firm just $499. All sizes available during this once-a-year mattress event. Only at Madison's locally owned A1 Furniture.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Yeah.
Use this app. Want to do it even faster?
Here we go.
Oh, wow. U.S. Cellular works great out here. Wow. Still have 5G here, too. Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working. Hey, thanks for the lift.
Test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
You were always so dedicated. We worked hard to build up the shop, save for college and our retirement. But we got there thanks to our advisor and Vanguard. Now I see who all that hard work was for. It was always for you. Seeing you carry on our legacy, I'm so proud.
At Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner, setting up the future for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Okay, that's Mrs. Johnson, right? Great.
To see the possibilities all around you.
Almost 10. You gonna have a big birthday party? All right, are you feeling okay?
With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, you can earn your nursing degree without putting life on hold. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
A logo can do more than identify your company. It can connect in meaningful ways, energize your team, and inspire your customers. We're 4imprint, and we know your logo on the right product can create moments that matter. With 30 years of experience and thousands of products to choose from, we guarantee your order will be right the first time, on time, and for a great price. Be certain that the right moments will matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
At Gruber Law Offices, we know the importance of winning. After a serious accident, you'll need a proven team on your side. Call us today. One call, that's all. A proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks.
Do you have an idea for an invention, but you don't know what to do next? Call InventHelp. They've been helping inventors for 35 years. Call today for free information.
Call 800-550-5543.
Get instant cash back at A1 Furniture. Save $50 off every $500 you spend, plus incredible in-store only deals. Your choice, 2-piece sofa and love seat or sectional, just $10.99, and get the recliner free. Only at Madison's locally owned A1 Furniture.
Let's take a second and check out some weather photos of the day. This first one was sent in to us by Clint from Windsor, showing the sunset. But what I really like about this photo is that it shows kind of it shows everything. It doesn't just zoom in on the sunset. It shows, you know, kind of the open fields and the trees in the background. So thank you, Clint, for submitting your photo. And the second photo was sent in by Bill from Cottage Grove, taking a nice little walk through the woods. Now, I was actually walking through the woods yesterday, and I was telling my fiance, I was like, you know, I'm really looking forward to more leaves to come back. I really like the fall time this time of the year, and the leaves or the trees are still pretty much empty, with the exception of those pine trees, obviously. But pretty soon we're going to start to see the grass get greener and the leaves grow on the trees, and it'll make the area look a lot nicer. But thank you nonetheless, Bill, for submitting your photo. And if you want to submit your own photo, you can go to channel3000.com, click on the weather tab, and then scroll down until you see post your own. It's as simple as that, and give us a location and your name, and you could be one of our weather photos of the day. I still have more in the forecast, though, coming up.
Thank you, Jacob. On to more local news. On Saturday, more than 400 Girl Scouts from around the state of Wisconsin were at the Capitol for Girl Scout Democracy Day. News 3 Now's Catherine Merck was there and shows us how the Scouts learned a new set of words to live by.
Inside the Wisconsin State Capitol, Girl Scouts from all over the area earned this badge, participating in our democracy.
On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country.
These young women have taken their pledge to the People's House.
This is just an exciting opportunity to make sure that we are out and visible, and that Girl Scouts is as an opportunity for girls to build leadership.
Girl Scouts from all across the state gathered to vote on youth-centered issues and hear from leaders in state government about the importance of representation.
What I want you to do is I want you to think about when and where you can run for office when you guys get older.
We frankly need to have more women in government overall.
Not only did the messaging aim to inspire the next generation of female lawmakers, events and speakers called on each scout to pursue their own curiosities and talents beyond this building.
I encourage every girl here that has big dreams to follow them.
You know, we need to be advocates and make sure that we come out and say we care.
So the next time these girls say this pledge,
to help people at all times and to live by the Girl Scout law.
They're promising to help better the next generation. Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Still ahead, we're going to check in with Andrew, everything that he has in sports. And let's take a live look outside at the Capitol. Jacob will have your full forecast just ahead on Weekend Mornings.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Do you feel like America is slipping away? Our country is facing enormous challenges. Our economy, our healthcare, crime, and open borders. Everything is going in the wrong direction. All Washington does is divide us and talk about who's to blame. And nothing gets done. That's not the country I know and love. I'm Eric Hovde. I'm running for the U.S. Senate. And I approve this message because I believe we need to come together and find common sense solutions to restore America.
Hello, I'm Tommy Van Ness from the Tommy Van Ness Realty Group. For over a decade, thousands of people have turned to Tommy Van Ness Realty to buy or sell their home. Because we are more than your realtor, we're your partner.
If you list with us and take advantage of our extensive marketing, everyone will know your home is for sale.
The Tommy Van Ness Realty team is working hard for you. Call Tommy Van Ness today at 608-395-7375. Why settle for less? Call Tommy Van Ness.
These are just a few of the over 500,000 happy Audien hearing aid customers. They now live a better life because they hear better. And they hear better because they purchased a full pair of Audien Atom 2s for only $189. The Atom 2 is a tiny, nearly invisible over-the-counter hearing aid. They've got unsurpassed sound quality and only $189 a pair. And so easy to order. Call Audien.
1-800-203-8967.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you for Imprint certain? Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
At no fault of their own during the cold, thousands of Wisconsin residents in your community make the difficult choice between eating or heating their home. On March 13th, please join News 3 Now and support a day of warmth. benefiting the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund. 95 cents of every dollar donated is used to help those in crisis. Give the gift of warmth. For more information, visit kwwf.org/donate. A Day of Warmth, sponsored by Veridian Homes and Melio's Sandwiches. Experience the Channel 3000 News app today. Tailored for your news the way you want it. With a customizable home page and faster page loads. Download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know for this week. We are going to see mild temperatures to start the week with cooler temperatures towards the end and next weekend. And between then, we will see some rainfall on Thursday. Now, first, here's one more look at today's forecast. We'll see high temperatures in the middle to upper 40s, but we are going to see plenty of sunshine. And we also will see less wind compared to yesterday. As we get into tomorrow, it's going to be a very nice day. Highs will be in the upper 60s. We'll see partly sunny to mostly sunny skies, and the 60s are expected to continue even into Tuesday and Wednesday. But here's a look at the cloud cover and precipitation forecast. We are going to see plenty of sunshine both today and tomorrow, maybe a little bit of cloud cover tomorrow in the evening. We'll see more cloud cover Tuesday, but we're still going to remain dry. Could see a few showers Tuesday night into early Wednesday with some light rain possible on Wednesday. And then as we get into Thursday, that's when we'll see more consistent rainfall, with the heaviest likely occurring in the far southern portion of the state. But areas near La Crosse, even up north to Eau Claire, could still see some showers, but it won't be quite as much. Unfortunately, it will be very similar to the rain we saw Friday. And I say unfortunately because it will likely impact the area that is not under the drought, unlike areas to the north and west of Madison. But this should clear out by the time we get to Thursday evening, possibly lingering into Friday. Now, talking about the temperatures, we've been very much above average over the last 2 weeks. Only a few days have been below so, and the next couple of days will also be above average. But taking a look at the temperatures towards the end of the week, they will start to creep back down to below average levels, and this may be the first time in about a month, possibly even over a month, where we see consecutive days below average. So here's a look at the jet stream pattern. The next couple of days, it's going to stay to the north of us, bringing in the mild temperatures into southern Wisconsin. It'll be kind of right through Wisconsin, through the middle portion of the week, giving temperatures just a little bit above average. But as we get into the end of the week, the jet stream will dip to the south, bring in cold air to the Great Lakes region, and we could see high temperatures possibly only in the 30s for a few locations. Now, here's a look at the full 10-day forecast. Dry through Wednesday with very nice temperatures. Rain on Thursday, possibly lasting into Friday. But for the most part, we're not going to see a ton of rainfall after that, with some slight chances of precipitation for next weekend and the beginning of next week. The bigger story during that time frame, though, will be the drop in temperatures. So 40s today, 60s Monday through Wednesday, around 50 for Thursday and Friday, and then we'll see 40s for the weekend and then lower 40s for the start of next week. We could possibly see high temperatures in the 30s as the low temperatures will drop back into the middle 20s, and by that time the average high will be in the middle 40s. So as I mentioned, this may be the first time in quite a while where we see consecutive days below average, but until then, definitely enjoy the next couple of days. It's going to be very nice.
All right, Jacob, thank you. And now Andrew Banzer has a look at your sports report.
For as much as they've accomplished, and it is a lot, Wisconsin women's hockey has not won their conference tournament since 2021 or even appeared in it. But to win it this year, they'd have to go through top-ranked Ohio State. The Badgers were dialed in immediately in full back-to-back natty attitude. Kirsten Sims shows why she was the conference's player of the year. Badgers up 1-0 early. And then in the second period, Wisconsin up 2-1, trying to convert on a power play. Layla Edwards scored one of her 2 goals on the day right there. And in the third, Bucky looking for the dagger. Casey O'Brien, well, she's got it in her back pocket. Scores her second goal of the day. And the Badgers crush the Buckeyes in a national championship rematch, which we might just see again soon. 6-3 is your final. And the Badger men needing to win to force a winner-take-all tomorrow, trying to take care of Ohio State, which has been a trouble spot for the Badgers. Christian Fitzgerald, though, he's trouble for goalies. A goal for number 13, and Wisconsin takes the 1-0 lead. And then in the second, Wisco tied at ones. David Celia right in front of the net. You betcha, a slapper finds the net. The Badgers take the lead and never look back. They'd win it 4-2 to force a rubber match, which will be tonight. It was state final Saturday yesterday for high school girls hoops, and Edgewood entered Saturday's state final game, riding a 14-game win streak. But what they really wanted was right in front of them, a chance for that gold ball. D3 girls state title game. Coach Stavnis' 31st season at Edgewood, picking up in the second half where the Crusaders trailed by 8. But here they come. Aaron Schauer connects from the trifecta. That kept chipping it away. 4 minutes left in a 4-point hole. Anna Miller, who had 20 points and 6 rebounds, knocks down the 3 to cut the lead to 1, and they would win it at the free throw line from there on out. They win it 55-52. Edgewood is your state champion, winning their second ever title and their first since 2017. Now, state titles are nothing new for Cuba City. The city of Presidents is a city of champions when it comes to high school hoops. They'd go for their 11th state title. Yesterday, the Cubans playing Laconia. This one was a battle. Ashley Rowe spots up for the deep ball and gets it to drop down the cylinder. We've got a tie ball game at 27 each. And then later, Cuba City's Emily Wiegman shows off that right-handed floater. The teardrop goes in, and the Cubans were within 2. But ultimately, Laconia was just too much. Here's Tierney Madigan with the layup, and they take down the Cubans in the title game. Cuba City is your state runner-up. 47-43 is the final. Now, 2 days ago in the semifinal, it almost felt like a title game for Albany Monticello, advancing into the state final for the first time ever and doing it by beating their Six Rivers East rival in Argyle Pecatonica, who they lost to twice earlier this year. But for Albany Mont, the job wasn't finished. Abby Hollis was on fire. 2.8 seconds left in the game, steps back to splash a 3, sending it into overtime. What a shot, and then in the overtime period. How about Delana Trumpy with the defense, sealing it and going coast to coast off glass for the bucket, and the state champion feel is starting to set in. How about Hollis with 15 points one more time, getting the job done. And for the first time ever, the Albany Monticello Co-op wins a girls basketball state title, and it feels so good. 57-54 is your final. High school boys hoops Division III sectional final. Lakeside Lutheran taking on Platteville. Hillmen haven't been to state since 1967 and started strong. Simon Babel drops home the triple. He'd finished with 15. Platteville up 5, but Lakeside Lutheran went on a 14-0 run in the second half to take control. Cooper Millsnut takes all 3 of those, and the Warriors head back to state with a 75-71 win. Elsewhere for the boys in our region, now Janesville Craig's Cinderella run ended short with a loss, while Stoughton fell to Pewaukee. Meanwhile, Mineral Point is headed to state with a victory over Randolph, as well as Abundant Life, who are also headed to the Kohl Center. That is your morning sports fix. Have a super Sunday.
Thanks, Andrew. Stick around. Jacob will have a final check of the forecast. Plus, thieves steal loads of gold sculptures in Italy. We'll tell you about it. Here's your parachute.
Packed it myself.
Certain it's okay?
Mm-hmm.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of congratulating coworkers or saying thank you for being a customer with promotional products from 4imprint. Our expert team is dedicated to making your satisfaction a certainty.
Packed it myself.
Land the perfect products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. There's still time. Come in and test rest a Beauty Rest Black mattress for your chance to win a dream vacation to Hawaii. During Sleep Awareness Month at Steinhafels, get $300 in Steinhafels cash when you upgrade to a Beauty Rest Black. Beauty Rest Black mattresses have the most advanced cooling technology and pressure-relieving foams, giving you the best night's sleep possible. Make the connection between better health and sleep at Steinhafels. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
Sometimes it takes a different approach.
Okay, that's Mrs. Johnson, right? Great.
to see the possibilities all around you.
Almost 10. You gonna have a big birthday party?
Right, you feeling okay? With Capella University's game-changing FlexPath format, you can earn your nursing degree without putting life on hold. Imagine your future differently with Capella University.
Alien tape is strong enough to hold this fishbowl on a moving car. Just peel and stick and make anything stay in place quick. A wooden shelf, a basket to glass, rugs to the floor, and so much more. Alien tape sticks to brick, pavers, marble, tile, plastic, even leather. Nothing works better. Alien tape secures in seconds, then twist, pull, and rinse to reuse. You're dying to try it. Here's your chance to buy it.
Call 1-800-490-1347 or go to tryalientape.com. That's 1-800-490-1347.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner. That means your priorities are ours, too. Our retirement tools and advice can help you leave a legacy for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
Now is the best time to buy new Champion windows, because when you buy two, you get two free.
Hurry, Champion's Buy Two, Get Two free sale is for a limited time.
That's a great deal. Thanks.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Monday at 6. A local hospital employee cooks up a plan to help her coworkers reconnect as the COVID crisis recedes.
Food is always the answer. We all need to eat, right?
And the responses that pour in lead to another sweet opportunity to do something good. I'll let you in on the secret ingredients that made these memorable meals a hit in more ways than one.
It was a lot of work, but it was really a labor of love. It just resonates with people.
Monday on News 3 Now at 6.
Finally this morning, an investigation is underway after nearly 50 gold sculptures were stolen from an Italian art exhibition. A spokesperson for the exhibition says the 49 pieces of art are worth 1.2 million euros, and that is roughly 1.3 US dollars. One of the pieces has been found inside the exhibition complex's grounds. The rest are still missing. The head of the estate says he believes the thief was the work of a highly specialized gang. Anyway, now here's Jacob Madison with one final check of your forecast.
Thanks, Kyle. Today is going to be pretty nice. We'll have highs in the middle to upper 40s, not as much wind and plenty of sunshine. But Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're going to have highs in the 60s. Now, it's going to be sunny on Monday, a little cloudier Tuesday and Wednesday. And we also are going to see some breezy conditions, especially Tuesday, before that rainfall moves in Thursday. Now, the rain will cool things off as we'll see highs around 50 for Thursday and Friday, possibly a mix of rain and snow Thursday night. And then looking at the weekend, slight chance of a shower on Saturday and then Monday of next week. And temperatures are going to cool down even further for the beginning of next week, as we're going to see those high temperatures possibly in the lower 40s, maybe even see high temperatures in the upper 30s. So we finally will see temperatures below average, because by then the average high will be in the middle 40s.
Thank you, Jacob. Thank you all for watching. Have a great Sunday, folks.